Strawberries have to be my favorite thing that I grow in the garden. I love eating the fresh strawberries. I love making pies out of them. Gotta be one of the favorite things I grow in the garden. Now, I will admit, strawberries weren't always the easiest thing to grow. I've had some challenges along my way. I've learned a few things. Look at those strawberry blossoms. Isn't that awesome? We're gonna take a weedy area and we're gonna turn it into a new strawberry bed in this video. Yes, this bed here will eventually look like this bed. So hey everybody, start things off. The current bed I have is about 3 foot wide with probably maybe about 10 feet long. And it gave me a lot of strawberries last year. Not enough to make jam out of, but a lot to eat fresh. We made some pies. We made even some fruity cocktails, if you will. But if you look back behind me over here, past these trees, I have yet another 30 feet growing over there. This is gonna be awesome. So first thing I gotta tell you is I came up with this idea. I got several fruit trees here, and this is gonna be my way of easy mulching landscaping, like a living landscape. I have these set in here so I don't have to, I have these set in here so I don't have to worry about mowing around them. It makes it easy that I can just basically just do a whip around with the zero turn and don't have to worry about, don't have to worry about weed eating, nothing. And I'll tell you what, strawberries are great companion plants with these fruit trees. I got a Dogal crabapple tree here. I have a peach tree there. Over there I got a little miniature pawpaw tree that needs a buddy. And back there I actually have, it's a mimosa tree. It's not a fruit tree at all, but it's gonna be real pretty. It's gonna attract all the pollinators. So let's get started on what I'm doing here. Let's dive into it. All right guys, over here you can see how many different strawberries I got. They are just running everywhere, going crazy. Matter of fact, I got little bushes like right there. Got some more over here. In the fall, they spread out runners and they just go everywhere. And they really love this mulch over here. So I do have a small patch over here, but I'd like to kind of concentrate them all in one patch way over there where they're easy to get to. But needless to say, this has been a good little setup to grow some strawberries. Basically, to be able to grow them and grow the little baby strawberries so I can detach them from their mothers and bring them over, way over yonder. All right, first things first, I had to go ahead and get this bed cleaned out. It was nothing but weeds. You can see all the weeds that are spread out along the sides. I threw them out in the yard and I simply mowed them up. You will see though that there were some strawberries that were previously planted in here. This is my attempt last year to get some strawberries up and running. Obviously I failed because I did not get out here and weed it. This year I'm trying something different. I'm gonna try to mulch these guys so it keeps the weeds down so these guys can start spreading out and essentially do what you've seen in that other bed that I have going on. So I went through and essentially got all the weeds out, and you can see it towards the end of the bed on what this used to look like. There was a lot of thyme in there. Yes, the herb thyme. I use that for a ground cover, but there's also a lot of dandelions and grass in there as well. My next move was to go ahead and dig out the strawberries from the bed and move them. These guys are actually in a walkway and they kind of went over another bed. So I'm trying to get these guys out of places where I do not want them. The runners went everywhere. You can see I got some good sized plants here and they got some good roots on them. This mulch is good for these guys. They absolutely love this. You'll see I got some big ones. I got some baby ones that pull right out. Those are the little runners. So we should have some mixture of older plants and newer plants in these beds. And after I got these guys dug up, I went over and just simply transplanted them. I went through the whole process of taking them out of one bed, moving them to another bed, separated them out a little bit because I do know that they'll throw out runners. Then after that, I simply watered them, fertilized them, mulched them into the beds so that way we won't have very many weeds. Now my theory here is that these guys will get a little bit bigger and they will also send out runners. And once that happens, this whole bed will be nothing but strawberries. It's going to be very, very little grass, very, very little weeds. It'll have a canopy so nothing else can grow. The mulch, essentially it's basically pine shavings. Once those grow in, once those dissolve, that soil is going to be nutrient rich as well. So we should have a good setup here, guys. I think that mulch should be in there and keep the grass out for most of the summer. And if it starts deteriorating, I'll throw some comfrey leaves in there when I do my mulching as well to give it some additional nutrients. The main thing for this side of the bed though is I am going to be fertilizing heavily on it, so basically it does get its greens. I'm not really too worried about fruit on this side of the bed. This bed is going to be mainly to get green growth out of it, and then next year we'll focus on the fruit. The fruit will come definitely next year. As far as getting fruit for this year, I will definitely get a bunch of fruit from the strawberries I've had in that one patch you've seen that was just full of strawberries. Definitely will get a bunch of strawberries out of there, so we should be good to go for this year. We probably won't get enough for jam again this year, but we always go somewhere and pick some strawberries anyways to go get jam. So that's not that big of a deal for us right now. But it's going to be awesome when we don't have to go anywhere to pick any jam. I will tell you that the strawberries tend to last about 3 years. After 3 years, the production of them kind of go downhill pretty quick. So what I'm going to be doing is the similar thing where I'm going to be taking these runners and transplanting them every year from year to year to year, and maybe have portions of the bed be in a year 1, another portion be in a year 2, and if I have to, I'll do a year 3, or maybe I'll take a year off and just do a bigger section at once. This is a good rotation for strawberries. That way you're always continuously getting some strawberries without having to deplete the whole bed and then wait another whole year to get strawberries out of the bed. So we're going to be in real good shape in terms of a great harvest for multiple years to come. And I think this will really work out for us to grow these strawberries and get an unlimited amount of strawberries throughout the whole time we are doing this. I should also mention that these are also June-bearing strawberries. I did have Everbearing strawberries for a long time. The Everbearing ones were fine. It seemed like once the heat got on, they didn't produce as well, so it wasn't as much of a treat as I thought they would be. And it is kind of nice when they all come on just to be able to have a bunch at once and just kind of gouge yourself with strawberries. We also can freeze some, so it is what it is. The June-bearing ones I find produce a lot better for me than the Everbearing ones, so we'll take it as that. I know some people probably have better environments to where the Everbearing ones will work out better than the June-bearing ones. I also will have to say that these strawberries do love acidic soil. Those pine shavings will help that soil become a little bit acidic, I believe. I also will put a little bit of sulfur down, and that sulfur will turn that soil just ever so slightly acidic. It's just perfect for those strawberries. You'll see also that I got the fruit trees planted in there. Those fruit trees do love the acidic soil as well. We're not doing as near as acidic as like we would do a blueberry or something along the lines of that, but we will try to make the soil a little bit more acidic. But when I say that, I have ran into a problem before where I did put a bunch of wood ash from the fireplace over my strawberries, and I tell you, that really was detrimental to them. They did not care for that. I totally whacked off the pH there and screwed up the strawberry bed pretty quick by doing that. So take it from me, learn a lesson. Don't be spreading any wood ash on these strawberries. As much as tempting as amending is, you got to make sure the amendments are done right with them. Okay guys, if you like what we're doing here, like getting your hands dirty, join that DFG, join that Dirty Fingernail gang. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, Leave me a comment down below. Have you guys gotten any strawberries in yet? What kind are you growing? Are they June bearing? Are they ever bearing? What varieties are you growing? Don't forget to click that subscribe button. Give me that thumbs up. Cheers everybody, and God bless.